Smith School. And now welcome this week's edition of the WBCB Morning Show. My name is Lila.
And I am Nathan. We are excited to bring you this week's version of the morning show.
And hey, I'm Julianne. Today is Friday, April 11th, 2025, also known as National Cheese Fondue Day.
Our morning show crew has some exciting stories to share with you today.
First, let's get our day started by standing and joining the Smith Morning Show crew as we say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's also say our Smith School Pledge together.
As a Smith CD, I will sail by showing respect, acting responsibly, inspiring others, and listening to learn with a can-do spirit.
Please remain standing as we observe a moment of silence.
We now welcome Camille for our Focus Friday.
For the month of April, Smith students are focusing on perseverance. Someone who is a great example of perseverance is Wilma Rudolph. She was the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in track and field at the same Olympic game. However, before she could achieve her goal of winning gold in the Olympics, she had several obstacles to overcome. Wilma Rudolph was the 20th of 22 children and was a sickly child who constantly struggled with health issues. She had numerous colds, chicken pox, measles, pneumonia, and scarlet fever. Then at the age of 15, Wilma faced her most debilitating disease, polio. A side effect of polio was that her left leg was paralyzed. She could not move her leg, and she was unable to walk without a brace. Doctors repeatedly told her that she would never walk without this brace. Yet Wilma was determined to persevere over all these obstacles. At first, her goal was simply to walk without a brace. Twice a week, she endured 4-hour painful treatments on her leg. At the age of 9, she took off her brace and walked into church Sunday morning in May. She would wear an orthopedic shoe on her left foot for the next 2 years. Through her determination and perseverance, at the age of 16, Wilma Rudolph qualified to represent Team USA in the Olympics for the 100 and 200-meter dashes. Just a few short years after wearing a brace to walk, Wilma was representing her country as one of the fastest female sprinters in the world. It was like a dream come true. Then, in the 1960s Summer Olympics, she won 3 gold medals. Wilma Rudolph had easily settled for wearing a leg brace, but she persevered in order to achieve the dream of entering the Olympics. I want to leave you with a quote from Miss Rudolph. The tryout can't be had without the struggle, and I know what the struggle is.
Bonnie, it's been super hot and super cold this month. Is this weather going to continue?
Good morning. I'm Bonnie, your weather report. April's weather so far has definitely been what North Carolina is known for. Hot and humid, one day chilly the next. This weekend will most likely continue to see rain on Saturday with the high temperatures getting to 57 degrees. Sunday will be a little warmer, getting up to 65 degrees. However, if you are staying in Burlington over spring break, the weather will get back up to the mid-70s. Early in this week, towards the middle, temperatures will dip, and there is a chance of rain. Now for the weather fact of this week. Pollen is edible. Bees as well as other animals such as some spiders, eat pollen. However, it is also thought to be highly nutritious for humans as well, and so along with being taken as supplements. It is used in all sorts of food products. I wouldn't go tasting it off your car though. Now back to Nathan.
Thanks for the weather, Bonnie. Now it's time for our announcements for the next 2 weeks. Take it away, Avery.
Hello, Smith CVs. I'm Avery. There are no birthdays today, but I would like to say happy birthday to the following students who have their birthdays over spring break. On the 12th, Miss Trotter. On the 13th, Jamari in kindergarten. And on the 14th, Reagan in second. On the 16th, Julietta in third. Leo in first, Hattie in fifth, Miss Weston and Mr. Williams. On the 18th, Cambria in second. On the 19th, RJ in fourth, Talia in fourth, Jack in first, Malia in kindergarten, and Miss Wright. On the 20th, Sabrina in pre-K, BJ in third, Naomi in fourth, and Ryland in second. Happy birthday. Here are the announcements for the next 3 weeks, which will take us through the rest of April. Today, 5th graders will be at Dare Day in the park. Today is also the last day before spring break. Students, remember, there is no school next week. Monday, April 21st is a holiday. No school for students or teachers. Our first day back will be Tuesday, April 22nd. Wednesday, April 23rd is their graduation for 5th graders. On Thursday, 5th graders will visit Turntime Middle School. Kindergarten will have their open house from 4 to 6. Wear your tennis shoes on Friday, April 25th for field day. During the following week, kindergarten will go on a field trip Wednesday, April 30th. The second week back after spring break, we will end with 3rd through 5th graders completing their final and June check-ins for the school year. What a busy 2 weeks at the end of April. Hopefully we can all rest up next week during spring break. Thanks, Avery. I'm very ready for spring break. We now welcome back Camille, our on-location reporter, to tell us all about CB happenings.
Small groups of students from all ABSS elementary schools participated in the 2025 All-County Chorus Concert this past weekend at Southeast Elementary High School. Our 6 representatives were Everly Benton, Kate Hill, Emma Henson, Charlie Nelson, Reagan Nelson, and Brooklyn Smith. It was a great experience because students had the opportunity to learn songs in different musical styles, and they were able to create art with other young people in our community, which they might not necessarily know. That's one of the trademarks making music, which it brings people together for beautiful reasons. This concert was spectacular, and we're proud of our singers for representing our school pride. We also had CBs participate in the County Battle of the Books competition this past Wednesday. These 7 students were Kate Hill, Shishi Ashar, Camille Bogus, James Connor, Walt Wooten, Ava Cadwell, and Kai Lettner. They had to read 16 books, then competed against 11 other schools. Then the competition consisted of rounds that had 10 questions where students had to know specific details about each book. Congratulations to our Battle of the Books team for their hard work.
Thank you, Camille. And now let's find out what happened on this day in history. Take it away, Wyatt.
Good morning, CBs. I'm Wyatt. Welcome to this day in history for April 11th. In 1899, Spain ceded Puerto Rico to the United States. The famous ship, the Titanic, set sail from Ireland on this day in 1912. 1921 gave us the first live sporting event on the radio, a boxing match between Johnny Ray and Johnny Dundee. In 1947, Jackie Robinson was the first African American to play in a modern-day Major League Baseball team. Apollo 13 was launched in 1970. This historic event was made into a major motion picture film starring Tom Hanks. In 2012, the first Avengers movie premiered, making about
80.8 million just in the U.S. Those were just a few memorable events on this day, April 11th. Make today unforgettable in your history. Now back to the anchors.
That concludes our show for today.
We will leave you with our quote of the day. With ordinary talent and extraordinary perseverance, all things are attainable. By Thomas Fowle Buxton.
Remember, at Smith School,
We smile.
We learn.
and we make things happen.
With that can-do spirit. Have a great day!